My name is Tyler Matthews. I'm 19 years old and I'm a sophomore at Riverside Community College in Sacramento, California. I live in the East Campus dormitory, Building C, Room 314. Or at least I used to live there. I'm writing this from my parents' house now. I moved out 3 days ago. Packed everything in the middle of the night and left. Didn't tell my roommate. Didn't tell the RA, just left. Because something is living in the basement of that building. Something that I saw. Something that saw me back. And I don't think I was supposed to survive the encounter. But I did, and now I need to tell someone. Because other students are still living there, still going to the basement, still getting close to it, and I'm terrified that what happened to me is going to happen to them. Let me start from the beginning. Riverside Community College isn't a big school, maybe 3,000 students total. The campus is old, built in the 1960s. Most of the buildings look like they haven't been updated since then. Concrete blocks, small windows, that institutional look that makes everything feel cold and unwelcoming. Building C is the oldest dorm on campus, 4 floors, co-ed, about 200 students living there. It's cheap, which is why I chose it. $600 a month including utilities. Can't beat that in California. My roommate was a guy named Jason Park. Good dude, pre-med, quiet. We got along fine, kept to ourselves mostly. The building has this weird layout. The basement is huge, way bigger than any of the floors above it. It's where they keep maintenance stuff, storage, the laundry room, and at the very back, past all the washing machines and storage cages, there's this hallway, a long hallway, fluorescent lights that flicker. Concrete floor, concrete walls, no doors, no windows, just a hallway that goes back about 100 feet and then turns a corner. Nobody goes back there. There's no reason to. Nothing stored back there. No rooms, nothing. But about 2 weeks ago, October 15th, 2024, I had to do laundry late at night. I'd been putting it off. Had an exam the next day. Needed clean clothes. So I went down around 11:30 p.m. The basement was empty. Just me. Machines humming. That's when I heard it, singing coming from the back hallway, past the storage cages. A woman's voice, singing something I didn't recognize, old sounding like a lullaby. But the words were wrong. Not English, not Spanish, not any language I'd heard before. I should have left. I know that now. But I was curious and stupid. I walked toward the sound. The hallway stretched out in front of me. Lights flickering overhead, that singing getting louder. I reached the corner, the place where the hallway turns. I looked around the edge and I saw her, a woman, standing at the very end of the hall, maybe 50 feet away, facing the wall. Long dark hair hanging down her back, wearing what looked like a hospital gown, bare feet, just standing there, singing to the wall. Hello? I called out. The singing stopped. She didn't turn around, just stopped, completely still. Are you okay? Do you need help? Still nothing. Then slowly her head started to turn, not her body, just her head rotating. Too far, way too far, like an owl. And when her face came into view, I saw that she didn't have eyes, not like closed eyes or empty sockets. I mean, her face was smooth where her eyes should be. Just skin, unbroken skin, but I could feel her looking at me, seeing me. Without eyes, her mouth opened wide, too wide, and she screamed, not a human scream, something else. High-pitched, piercing, like metal scraping on metal mixed with an animal shriek. I ran back through the basement, up the stairs. Didn't stop until I was in my room. Door locked, lights on. Heart pounding so hard I thought I'd pass out. Jason was already asleep. Didn't wake up. I sat on my bed, shaking, trying to process what I'd seen. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe I was stressed from studying, sleep deprived. Maybe it was a homeless person who got into the building. Maybe the lighting was weird and I just saw wrong. I tried to rationalize it, make it make sense, but I knew what I saw, and I knew it wasn't human. I didn't go back to the basement. For 3 days I didn't do laundry, didn't go near the stairs, avoided that entire side of the building, but on the 4th day, October 19th, something happened. One of the girls from our floor, Emma Chen, room 308, she went missing. Her roommate reported it. Emma had gone to do laundry around 11 p.m. Never came back. Phone went straight to voicemail. Campus security searched the building. Found her laundry basket in the basement. Clothes still wet in the washing machine. But no Emma. They assumed she went home without telling anyone. Called her parents. Her parents said they hadn't heard from her. Campus security filed a report, but they weren't overly concerned. College students take off sometimes, they said. She'll probably turn up in a few days, but I knew where she went. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Emma, about that woman in the hallway, about that scream. Around 2 a.m. I got out of bed, grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight. Jason stirred. "Where are you going?" "Bathroom." "Go back to sleep." But I didn't go to the bathroom. I went to the basement. I know how stupid that sounds. But I had to know. I had to see if Emma was down there. If that thing had taken her. The basement was dark. Emergency lights only. The laundry room was empty, silent. No humming machines. Nothing. I walked past the washing machines, past the storage cages, to the hallway. The singing started again. Same voice, same melody, but this time there were 2 voices. The woman and another voice. Younger, higher, Emma's voice. They were singing together. I walked down the hallway, every instinct screaming at me to turn back. But I kept going. I reached the corner, looked around the edge. Both of them were there. The woman and Emma both facing the wall, both singing. Emma was wearing the same clothes from her missing person photo. Jeans, blue hoodie. "Emma?" I whispered. They stopped singing. Both of their heads turned same way. Too far. Synchronized. Emma's face. Her eyes were gone. Not violently removed, just smooth skin where her eyes used to be. But her mouth was smiling. Wide. Too wide. "Tyler," she said. "Don't you want to sing with us?" The woman moved. Fast. Impossibly fast. Covering the distance between us in less than a second. I felt her hand grab my arm. Her skin was ice cold. Wet. Like she'd been underwater. I screamed. Pulled away. Ran. But as I ran, I heard Emma's voice behind me. Not scared. Not confused. Happy. "It's so peaceful here, Tyler. No stress. No exams. No worrying. Just singing. Forever. You should stay." I made it to the stairs. Ran up. Didn't look back. The next morning I reported what I saw. Told campus security everything. The woman, Emma, the singing. They thought I was on drugs. Or having a mental health crisis. They searched the basement again. Found nothing. No woman. No Emma. Nothing. The detective assigned to Emma's case interviewed me. Took notes, but I could see it in his eyes. He didn't believe me. "Son, if you know where Emma is, if you had anything to do with her disappearance, you need to tell us now. I'm telling you the truth. She's in the basement. She's down there with that thing." They searched again. Brought dogs. Searched every inch of that basement. Even the back hallway. Nothing, but I know what I saw. I know Emma is still down there somewhere behind the walls. Under the floor. I don't know, but she's there. And she's not alone. 3 more students went missing over the next week. David Torres, room 205, last seen going to the basement. 11:30 p.m. Samantha Lee, room 412. Last seen doing laundry. 10:45 p.m. Marcus Johnson, room 118, last seen near the basement stairs. Midnight, all of them gone, no trace. Security footage shows them entering the basement. but never leaving. Campus tried to keep it quiet. Didn't want media attention. Didn't want parents panicking. But word spread. Students started moving out. Parents pulled their kids from the dorms. I told Jason everything. Showed him where I'd seen the woman. The hallway. He believed me, I think. Or at least he was scared enough not to risk it. We should leave, he said. Transfer. Go somewhere else. And what about the others? What about the students who can't afford to leave? What can we do? You told security. You told police. No one believes you. He was right. What could we do? But then something changed 5 days ago. October 27th. I started hearing the singing in my room, faint, distant, but there. That same melody. That same woman's voice and other voices now. 4 of them. Emma, David, Samantha, Marcus, all singing, all happy, all inviting me to join them. I told Jason he couldn't hear it. There's nothing, man. It's in your head, but it wasn't in my head. It was real, and it was getting louder. The next night I woke up at 3 a.m. The singing was loud, right outside my door. I looked through the peephole. They were all there. In the hallway, standing in a line, the eyeless woman at the front, Emma, David, Samantha, Marcus, all of them, all with smooth skin where their eyes should be, all smiling, all looking at my door. Somehow, without eyes, the woman raised her hand, knocked. 3 slow knocks. Tyler, she said, her voice muffled through the door but clear. It's time. Your exams are coming. Your stress is building. You're so tired. Wouldn't you like to rest? Forever? I backed away from the door. Woke Jason. They're here. They're outside. You have to see this. He looked through the peephole. There's nobody there, Tyler. What? They're right there. He looked again. Dude, the hallway's empty. You need help. Like professional help. But I saw them. I know I did. He didn't. The next morning I packed everything. I think he was told Jason I was leaving. I drove home to my parents' house in Stockton, about an hour away. I've been here for 3 days, but the singing hasn't stopped. I hear it at night. In my childhood bedroom, that woman's voice, Emma's voice, the others calling me, inviting me, promising peace, rest, no more stress, no more struggling. And last night, I saw her in my doorway, the eyeless woman, standing there, watching me, without eyes. You can't run, Tyler, she whispered. You saw us. You heard us. And now you're one of us. You just don't know it yet. She stepped into my room, walked toward my bed. I was frozen. Couldn't move. Couldn't scream. She leaned down, her face inches from mine. Her mouth opened, too wide, and she breathed out. A long, cold breath, like she was exhaling something into me. Then she was gone. I woke up this morning. My parents were eating breakfast, acting normal. But when I looked in the mirror, I saw something that made my blood run cold. My eyes. They're fading. The color is draining, getting lighter, paler, like they're disappearing. I can still see. For now, but I know what's happening. She's taking them slowly, day by day, and when they're gone, when my eyes are just smooth skin like the others, I'll go back to the basement, to the hallway, to join the singing, because I won't be able to help it. I'll want to. I'll need to. I'm writing this as a warning to anyone who goes to Riverside Community College. To anyone who lives in Building C, don't go to the basement. Don't go past the laundry room. Don't go down the back hallway, because something is living there. Something that collects students. Something that takes your eyes, your stress, your worries, your entire self, and it replaces you with something else. Something that smiles too wide. Something that sings forever in the dark. Emma Chen is still down there. David Torres, Samantha Lee, Marcus Johnson, all of them, and soon. I'll be there too, My name is Tyler Matthews. I'm 19 years old. I go to Riverside Community College in Sacramento, California. And in a few days, I won't be me anymore. If you're reading this and you hear singing in your dorm, run, don't look back. Don't investigate. Don't try to help, just run, because once you hear the singing, once you see her, she never lets you go. My name's Ethan Miller, and I swear, what I'm about to tell you isn't one of those fake school horror stories people make up for TikTok. This one really happened. At Ridgewood High in Portland, Oregon, I was 16. Junior year. Back then, I didn't believe in ghosts or anything paranormal. But that changed the night I got locked inside the boys' locker room and met whatever still lives there. Ridgewood wasn't a big school. Just 3 long hallways, a football field, and that old gym that everyone said was haunted. You know how every school has that one rumor? Ours was about a student named Tyler Grant, the track captain who died in 2009. They said he collapsed after practice. Heart attack. But the story went deeper. Some said it wasn't a heart attack, that he was found inside the locker room with his fingers broken, like he'd been clawing to get out. It was the kind of rumor freshmen whispered about, seniors laughed at, and teachers ignored. Except Coach Briggs, our PE teacher. He never let anyone stay late in the locker room. If practice ran long, he'd yell, "Lockers shut, lights off, everyone out, now." We used to think he was just strict. Now I think he knew something. It all started on a Thursday in October. Our football team had lost badly. Everyone was in a foul mood. After gym, my best friend Lucas dared me to sneak my phone into the locker room after hours and record a ghost video. He said it would blow up on TikTok, get us followers, maybe even a few girls' attention. I laughed, said, "You really believe that crap?" But deep down, I kinda liked the thrill. So we made a plan. After everyone left, I'd hide in one of the shower stalls, record a few minutes and slip out. Easy. That night, the hallway was dead quiet, most lights off. The janitor's cart stood near the door, half filled with trash bags and bleach. The air inside the locker room was different after dark. Cold. Still. You could hear every drip of water echoing off the tiles. I turned on my phone's flashlight, whispering like a YouTuber. "All right, guys, it's 8:46 p.m., and I'm inside Ridgewood locker room alone. Let's see if Tyler Grant's still here." I walked past the rows of locker, metal, gray, dented from years of kicks and slams. Something about the sound of my own footsteps. It felt too loud, too lonely. Then I heard it. Clang. Like a locker door shutting, far down the hall. "Lucas?" I whispered, half expecting him to jump out. Nothing. I pointed the light toward the sound. The locker rows stretched into blackness. That's when I noticed it. One door slowly swinging open, locker 179. Remembered something in the story. They said Tyler's locker had been sealed after his death. No one ever used it again, but this one wasn't sealed. It was half open, creaking. I took a slow step closer. Inside the locker, empty. Except for a pair of old running shoes at the bottom, mud-stained, faded red stripes. One shoe tipped slightly, like someone had just stepped out of it. My phone camera flickered, battery 78%. Screen glitch then. Static filled the mic for a second. And in between the static, I swear I heard it, a voice whispering my name, "Ethan." My stomach dropped. I turned around and no one. The air smelled like sweat, rust, and something metallic. Blood. Started backing away when the lights flickered once, twice. Then, darkness. I ran toward the exit, slammed into the metal door, locked, twisted the handle. Nothing. "Hello? Coach, anyone there?" No answer. I checked my phone, no service. Camera still recording, flashlight dimming. I turned it back toward the locker rows and saw a figure standing at the far end. Tall, thin, wearing what looked like an old track uniform. Face pale, like dusted with white chalk. He was barefoot and dripping water. He took one slow step forward, then another, but what froze me? His neck. It was bent slightly to the left like it had been broken. "Tyler," I whispered without realizing. The figure twitched, and the lockers started rattling one by one, like something moving inside each of them. Bang, bang, bang. I screamed and bolted toward the showers, slipped, hit the floor hard, my phone skidded away. From the floor, I saw under the benches something crawling, fingers, gray, soaked, scraping tile. I scrambled back, grabbed my phone, shining the light toward the sound. No, only wet footprints leading to the showers. I don't even know why I followed them, maybe. I just wanted proof, maybe I was too scared to stop. The shower room smelled of mildew and chlorine. The tiles were cracked, water dripping from one rusty shower head, and then I saw it. Something etched into the wall. Words scratched deep, like fingernails had carved them. "Let me out." And right below it, bloody handprints. Small ones like a teenager's. The lights buzzed again. Then every shower turned on, all at once. Steam filled the room. Through it, I saw a shadow moving and fast darting between the stalls. I heard whispering, so many voices. Boys crying, panting, begging, "Please, coach, open the door." My heart pounded so hard it hurt. Suddenly, cold water splashed against my neck. I turned, and then there he was. Face inches from mine, eyes black, skin bloated, lips trembling like he was still trying to breathe. He reached for me, hands icy cold, and whispered, "You shouldn't have come here." Then, everything went white. I woke up in the nurse's office. Sunlight burned my eyes. The principal was standing there, arms crossed. They said the janitor found me unconscious on the floor at 5 a.m. Locker room door, locked from the inside. No one else there. My phone, cracked, water damaged, but the video, still on it. I watched it later. You can barely see anything, just flashes of light, the sound of water running, and at the end, one frame where my camera turns toward the wall, right before it cuts off. You can see it, the words, "Let me out." But underneath them now, new letters appeared. Ethan Miller, 2023. I transferred schools 2 weeks later. I still can't stand locker rooms. Sometimes when I shower alone, I swear I smell that same metallic scent, like wet metal and blood. I don't tell people this story to scare them. I tell it because I think he's still there. And if you ever walk into an empty locker room and hear a door slam behind you, run. My name's Ava Thompson, and this story, it's something I've never told out loud before. Even now, I'm not sure if it was real, or if college stress just broke me down that year. But every time I pass by an old dorm building, I smell that same damp air, hear the faint hum of pipes, and remember him. This happened 2 years ago at Hollow Creek University, in Pennsylvania, freshman year. New friends, new city, new life. That kind of excitement that feels endless, until it doesn't. I got assigned to Hollister Hall, one of the oldest dorms on campus. Everyone joked about it, called it Haunted Hollister because it used to be a psychiatric hospital in the 1950s. Most of us didn't care. Rent was cheap and the rooms had big windows and real hardwood floors. My roommate Sophie was a photography major. Sweet, funny, a little weird, but the good kind of weird. She loved exploring abandoned buildings, urban decay aesthetic. She said the beauty of forgotten places. At first, everything was normal. We'd stay up late, share ramen, laugh about our professors. But after midterms, Sophie started changing. She'd wake up in the middle of the night, sit straight up in bed, eyes open, breathing heavy. When I asked what was wrong, she'd whisper, "Do you hear it?" "Hear what?" "The knocking." But there was nothing. Just the hum of the heater and the wind outside. A few days later, I noticed something strange on our door. Our room number, 313, was scratched up, like someone had tried to carve it off. Below it, someone had written in pen, "Don't answer after 3. I thought it was a prank. But that night, I understood at exactly 3:10 a.m. A soft knock came from the door, 3 times. Slow, rhythmic. I froze. Sophie was already awake, sitting up. She didn't move, didn't speak. The knocking stopped, then came again, this time from inside the room, from the closet. My heart was pounding so hard it hurt. Sophie whispered, "He's back." I asked, "Who?" She didn't answer. She just stared at the closet. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight. Nothing, just our clothes hanging there. No one. I laughed nervously, told her she must have been dreaming. But the next morning, she looked pale, didn't eat, didn't talk. She told me later that day, "There was a boy here. Before us, he lived in this room." I asked, "So what, he graduated?" She said, "No, he jumped." From the window. I didn't believe her. So she showed me something, an old article she'd found online. Student death in Hollister Hall, 2007. The photo showed our window. Room 313. The boy's name was Eli Carter, freshman, psychology major. They said he'd been hearing voices, that the last words he said before he jumped were, "He's calling me from the dark." That night, Sophie set up her camera, pointed it at the closet. She said she wanted proof. I told her she was insane, but she didn't listen. We both fell asleep around midnight. At 3:12 a.m., the camera clicked. I woke up to the sound of that faint shutter click, red light blinking. I looked at Sophie's bed. Empty. I thought maybe she'd gone to the bathroom, but the door was closed. Then I heard whispering. Soft, almost like crying. I got up, called out, "Sophie?" The whispering stopped. Something moved behind the closet door. I felt it before I saw it. A wave of cold air, like someone had opened a freezer. The closet door creaked open on its own, and for half a second, I saw her. Sophie, standing inside the closet, facing the wall. Her camera was on the floor, still recording. Her voice, low and trembling, "He's here. He's finally here." Then the door slammed shut. I screamed, rushed forward, yanked the door open. The closet was empty, just her camera. I grabbed it, shaking. The screen was glitching, static lines cutting across. I hit playback. The video showed Sophie getting out of bed. She walks to the closet, slowly, like in a trance. Then the camera picks up a faint shape behind her. A figure, tall, dark, almost see-through like heat waves on pavement. He leans close to her ear. You can't see a face, but you can hear him whisper, "It's not time yet, Ava." That's when I dropped the camera. I looked around, nothing, but my name. He said my name. I ran straight to the RA's office, middle of the night, banging on the door. She came half asleep, annoyed, saying, "Calm down, what's wrong?" I told her everything. When she came to check, Sophie was gone. Her bed empty, closet open, window wide. We searched the courtyard. No one there. Campus security found her backpack outside the next morning. By the east wall, they said maybe she'd gone home, but I knew she hadn't. I kept hearing the knocking every night after. That always between 3:10 and 20, 3 slow knocks. I started sleeping with earbuds in. Blasting white noise didn't help. The knocking just moved closer. Now it came from under the bed. A week later, I couldn't take it anymore. I packed my things, called my mom, told her I wanted to transfer. She said she'd come by morning. That night I sat on my bed, facing the door. AM, nothing yet. I looked at the closet. It was open again. Inside, something moved. A reflection, or eyes, then knock, knock, knock. Not from the door this time, from my phone. The screen lit up. Unknown number. It said 313. I stared at it, my hand shaking. I answered. All I heard was breathing and then faintly, Sophie's voice. Don't answer after 3. The call cut, and the power went out. The emergency light flickered red across the ceiling, and in that dim glow, I saw something dripping from the window, wet. Footprints leading toward me. I couldn't move. Then came the whisper. Right behind me, your turn. The air turned. Freezing. Something grabbed my ankle. Tight. I kicked, screamed, crawled toward the door, but it wouldn't open. Every knock from the door now sounded like pounding from inside the walls, and through it all, his voice again, whispering my name closer each time. I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in the campus infirmary. A paramedic said they found me unconscious in the hallway. I'd apparently run out screaming before collapsing. They told me room 313 was sealed. Off the next day, maintenance reported severe water damage, but everyone knew it wasn't water. Before I left campus, I checked Sophie's Instagram one last time, her last post, the night she disappeared. It was a photo of our dorm door. Caption: he said it's not time yet. I never went back to Hollow Creek. I transferred to a small college upstate. But sometimes, when I can't sleep, I scroll through my old photos. There's one that wasn't there before. Grainy, dark, maybe from that night. It shows my dorm door. And in the reflection of the number plate, you can see a girl standing behind me, smiling.